With all of the recent news coming out about the day before, its numerous amount of delays, I've been thinking about a similar project, The Last of Us multiplayer or The Last of Us Factions 2, however you want to put it. And I think that that game can do everything for us that we are now assuming that the day before can't. What's going on, guys? It's Cubson and I am back with another video for you. I've been thinking about this one for a little bit now. I wanted to kind of get it off my chest. If you enjoy, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. It'll help me out a ton. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video. And let's just jump right in. Now, assuming you have absolutely no idea what the day before is or The Last of Us, conceptually they are very similar ideas, at least when it comes to gaming. Post-apocalyptic world that has been overrun by zombie-like creatures, and you have to scavenge to survive, find food, craft things, whatever you need to do. Now, the difference being, The Last of Us has always been more of a single player based sort of game. They had The Last of Us Factions that released with the original game, and now today we are going to be talking about the sequel that's coming out soon, whereas the day before has always set out to be an MMO style open world type game, similar to that of DayZ. But with all the negativity and the vitriol surrounding the day before, I think we all sort of have low hopes for this game moving forward. But hey, if you're not one of those people, if you are still super excited for the day before, I'm jealous. I would love to be, but I just can't. Too much of it is sort of shrouded in darkness for me to fully be on board. With that, I wanted to talk about The Last of Us multiplayer and what I think they can do to make this sort of a better version of what the day before set out to do. So far, we don't know much about the multiplayer project. We only have a couple of tidbits here and there. They did say later this year in 2023, they're going to talk about the game even more and give us more insight on what we'll be able to do during it and whatnot. Naughty Dog has stated multiple times that this is their most ambitious project they have ever worked on. And Naughty Dog is not known for open world type games at all. They have open world like sections within some of their games, but full on open world just isn't typically their thing. Now, granted, when they're referring to ambitious, they could be talking about a numerous amount of things. If you ask me, I think the potential for an open world style factions mode isn't too far out of the question. I mean, just looking at these two concept images we've already gotten so far, it looks like a wide variety of things to be able to do in this multiplayer mode. I mean, just based off of this first image that we ever got showcasing that this is in San Francisco, this looks like a very wide area to play around in. I mean, just these two players are up on this balcony, and way down below you can see some infected on the ground. Granted, I think this image points to multiple things within this new factions game. You can see a dust cloud in the background here, which would lead me at least to assume that this is going to have some sort of battle royale type mode where this dust cloud or this cloud of something comes in to push you towards the center, pushing engagements and that kind of thing. Now, granted, this might all be wishful thinking. I mean, the idea of Naughty Dog tackling such a big game where you run around in an open world with a friend or by yourself, picking up loot, scavenging, crafting items just like Molotovs in the game and everything like that, it seems a little far-fetched for someone like Naughty Dog. They've also already talked about that this game is still going to have a story intertwined into it in some way, and so I can't imagine that this story would allow them to build out a grander open world while also focusing on the little moments within that story. You also have to think they would have to include some sort of driving mechanics to get around this big open world. You wouldn't want to run everywhere. That's not to say that they haven't done it before though. In Uncharted 4 gave you a car that you got to drive around and run over guys and jump between car to car. It was really, really cool. I believe there were also rumors that they're going to include some sort of battle pass system within this multiplayer game because they hired someone from Fortnite or something like that. That remains to be seen, and if that is the case, I imagine it's definitely going to be a lot more load in, load out, load back into the pregame lobby and wait to do it all over again. But again, what clings me to this idea is the word ambitious. Everything else that I've described apart from the open world thing seems like a very Naughty Dog style thing to do. Naughty Dog has tackled multiplayer before. They've done it in multiple Uncharted games. They did it with the first Last of Us. Multiplayer in and of itself is not an ambitious idea for Naughty Dog. So in my mind, what would be an open world multiplayer game, almost like an MMO? Plus, imagine getting to explore this open world in San Francisco of all places. I think the most recent recent time we've done that in gaming was with Watch Dogs 2, and that was a step up from Watch Dogs 1, and it was greatly enjoyed. And so I really hope and I think that Naughty Dog can nail this if that's the direction they're going. I mean, even look at this second concept art image with the gigantic cruise ship in the background. Imagine being able to climb onto that ship and explore every single floor of it, looking for supplies and potentially running into infected or other players. I would liken something like that to like the mall in The Day Before. We've seen so much of it, but again, The Day Before is just lacking in so much of that promise to deliver that I think we can't have too much faith in it anymore. The potential is there. It is absolutely without a doubt there. But the question remains, is that the direction they're going? Again, we'll see that later this year. I'm hopeful, but I'm not exactly counting on it. And all of this is to say, I don't want The Day Before to fail. I would love for The Day Before to be everything that we have hyped it up to be. But the reality is, at least so far, it keeps getting pushed and pushed away from us, and we're not seeing enough of it to really cement our beliefs in all of it. And so it's kind of left up in the air so far. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Are you even excited for The Last of Us multiplayer? Are you excited for The Day Before? Do you think that Naughty Dog has what it takes to pull off such an open world potentially setting like this? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm going to read all the comments. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you want more Last of Us content. I hope you guys have a great day.